Please explain in detail the musculoskeletal system, such as sarcomere, contraction, and bone formation and remodeling. The musculoskeletal system is a complex network of bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, and other connective tissues that work together to provide support, stability, and mobility to the body. The system plays a crucial role in maintaining posture, enabling movement, and protecting vital organs. The key components of the musculoskeletal system include the sarcomere, the functional unit of muscle contraction, and bone formation and remodeling processes. Sarcomere. The sarcomere is the fundamental unit of striated muscle tissue, responsible for generating force through contraction. It is a highly organized structure composed of two primary protein filaments: actin, thin filaments, and myosin, thick filaments. The sarcomere is delimited by two Z lines, which serve as anchoring points for the actin filaments. The region between two Z lines is called the I band, where only actin filaments are present. The A band contains the entire length of myosin filaments, overlapping with actin filaments. Contraction. Muscle contraction occurs through a process called the sliding filament theory. This process is initiated when a nerve impulse, action potential, reaches the neuromuscular junction, resulting in the release of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Acetylcholine binds to receptors on the muscle cell membrane, causing an influx of calcium ions from the sarcoplasmic reticulum into the cytosol. The increased calcium concentration enables the binding of calcium to troponin, a regulatory protein on the actin filaments. This binding causes a conformational change in another regulatory protein, tropomyosin, which exposes myosin binding sites on the actin filaments. Myosin heads, equipped with ATP, bind to the exposed sites on actin, forming cross bridges. The myosin heads then undergo a power stroke, during which they pull the actin filaments towards the center of the sarcomere. This action shortens the sarcomere and generates tension in the muscle. ATP binds to the myosin head, causing it to detach from the actin filament. The hydrolysis of ATP to ADP and inorganic phosphate provides the energy required for the myosin head to return to its original position and reattach to a new binding site on the actin filament. This cycle continues as long as the muscle is stimulated and sufficient ATP and calcium are available. Bone formation and remodeling. Bone is a living tissue composed of a mineralized extracellular matrix and various cell types, including osteoblasts, osteocytes, and osteoclasts. The process of bone formation, known as ossification, occurs through two primary methods: intramembranous and endochondral ossification. In intramembranous ossification, mesenchymal cells, embryonic connective tissue cells, differentiate directly into osteoblasts, which then secrete osteoid, an organic matrix composed primarily of collagen. The osteoid subsequently mineralizes, forming bone tissue. Endochondral ossification is the process by which a cartilage template is gradually replaced by bone. Mesenchymal cells differentiate into chondrocytes, which produce a cartilage matrix. As the cartilage grows, it is invaded by blood vessels and osteoblasts, which begin to replace the cartilage with bone tissue. Bone remodeling is a continuous process of bone resorption and formation, crucial for maintaining bone strength and mineral homeostasis. Osteoclasts, multinucleated cells derived from the fusion of hematopoietic stem cells, are responsible for breaking down bone tissue by secreting acid and enzymes that dissolve the mineralized matrix. This process creates small cavities in the bone, which are subsequently filled in with new bone tissue by osteoblasts. Osteoblasts originate from mesenchymal stem cells and secrete osteoid, which mineralizes to form new bone. Once the osteoblasts are surrounded by mineralized bone matrix, they become embedded and differentiate into osteocytes, the most abundant cell type in bone. Osteocytes are responsible for detecting mechanical stress and signaling the bone remodeling process. They communicate with other osteocytes, osteoblasts, and osteoclasts through an extensive network of cellular processes and canaliculi, small channels within the bone matrix. This communication regulates the balance between bone resorption and formation to ensure the maintenance of bone mass and strength. The musculoskeletal system is a highly dynamic and adaptable structure that allows for an impressive range of motion, supports the body's weight, and protects vital organs. The sarcomere plays a critical role in muscle contraction, generating force through the sliding filament mechanism, while bone formation and remodeling processes ensure that the skeleton remains strong and healthy throughout life. These complex and coordinated processes are essential for maintaining overall musculoskeletal function and health.